Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review Adele's most recent 2021 album called 30. It's pretty good. It's definitely got some good songs on it and for sure a solid album from her. This is the track listing and these are the tracks I added to my playlist. 7 out of 12, 1 over half. This album is good and it has some good songs, but it's not perfect. The flow is decent, but it's not great. There are too many slow songs here to really pace it well, in my opinion. The sort of middle section is the best. The beginning and the ending are a little slow and thus not as great. They get a little samey. The best songs here are the more upbeat ones. Most of the slower songs on this album sound pretty similar. So most of the variety comes from just the faster songs. Overall, this album is still pretty good because the slow songs are still good, but as an album it gets a little bit janky for me because a lot of the songs sound pretty similar, kind of the same. So it gets a little boring towards the end, especially those last two tracks get a little bit iffy. There was only one single released before the album, which was Easy on Me, which was the big radio song from the album. But my favorite song here is probably the fifth track, Oh My God. It's probably the most upbeat song here, although the track that comes right before it, Cry Your Heart Out, is also kind of interesting. There's sort of an emotional, a big sort of thing in the middle here between tracks, from going from track 4 to track 8. Now, I rank this album third out of Adele's 4 albums, so technically in the bottom half. This album's still really good, though. I just think that 19 and 25 generally flow better and have slightly better variety. I think that although 30 isn't as good as 25, 30 and 19 are actually pretty close together in quality. They both have a bunch of good songs with good variety, but some not great ones as well. I just think I like her debut album's style and sound a bit better than this one. Now, this album doesn't take my top spot from 2021. That goes to Imagine Dragons' Mercury Act 1, which is a pretty good album, and I think it takes the spot. It's more consistent and it flows better than 30, but some of it goes down to I just like Imagine Dragons more than Adele, so that is some of the reason for choosing this one over 30. Next up is Led Zeppelin's 1971 album, Led Zeppelin IV. It's sometimes just called Untitled because it doesn't have a title. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.